And welcome to the ETBU Sports. Take your kid to work day. So, Coach Crawford, before we get down to the questions, why don't you talk to us about your little guest?
Oh yeah, this is Chandler, my 4-year-old daughter. She has got the day off school today, Columbus Day, so we're hanging out and just spending time.
Oh, that's always nice. Each of the coaches, of course, a parent, and it's always great to bring your kids to work day, even if it is Columbus Day. So happy Columbus Day to all the elementary school kids there. All right, Coach, let's get down to business. You took on Hendrix College last week. It went up to Conway, Arkansas. Came away with a win there. So just kind of talk about that match overall in that perspective.
Yeah, going up to Hendrix on Tuesday, we had a great game plan going into the game. First half, guys came out, executed really well. Juan Cairo got an early goal in the first half to give us a 1-0 lead, and then we ended up getting a second goal in the first half to go into halftime with a 2-0 lead. And so the guys, they responded very well after a week of training, getting things fixed. And then second half, we came out firing again, and then just made a couple mistakes. Ended up giving Hendrix a goal last 2 minutes of the game, 3 minutes of the game. But the guys, first half-wise, possession-wise, switching the field, combinations, we played a lot better than we have in a while. And so it's probably one of our better first halves, but still made some mistakes in the second half. So those are some things that we try to clean up and some things we're going to continue working forward going.
Now, of course, this past Saturday you took on Laterno, and unfortunately you came away with a 3-1 loss defeat as well. So you kind of still find yourself in the thick of things in the American Southwest Conference. This week, however, you do have a good chance to kind of get yourself going, but you do have two games against ASC opponents. However, one of them does not count towards conference. As we all know, UT Tyler is already in their progress of turning into a D2 program. But so just kind of talk about the plans for what you need to do against the University of Ozarks, who you take on this Thursday.
I think that started the day. We talked to the guys after the game on Saturday. And how that game unfolded. And then we got on the field this morning at 5:45. And so we had practice this morning with the guys, wanted to change things up, fix a couple things, had a tough practice this morning. And so the guys were out there early this morning. And so we got some good hard work in today. Talked about some things that we keep making mistakes on our side that we've got to fix, that we got to clean up. And so this week it's about us overcoming our mistakes, us learning from our mistakes, us growing from our mistakes. Us staying dialed in for 90 minutes and taking care of business. And so that's going to be the focus this week. We know we got Ozarks. They're a good team. No Coach Aaron for a while. So they're going to be ready to play. Good thing is we're back home, get to play at our field and our crowd. So we'll use that to our advantage. And then preparing for UT Tyler on Saturday. I know it's a game, as you said, that doesn't count. But it's still a game that you got to show up for. It's still a game that it's always a game that we play tight with them. Back and forth, and so we want to make sure that we're dialed in because momentum, still want to keep it on our side. And so we still got some things that we need to fix and take care of, but the guys showed up today. That's one day down, and a couple more days to go before game.
Now, of course, Coach, you look at the stats and players, you're kind of a well-rounded team, but just kind of talk about somebody that maybe has not really gotten enough, recognition on your squad that has really contributed to the team's success, up to this point.
I think we got several guys that work hard, take care of business. You can pick any guy from our lineup, and that's what we've been talking about. This team isn't about one player. We've got several guys that have scored several goals, and we've got several guys that assisted, and we've got several guys that are just battling in the back, defending and taking up. And so to single one guy out, I don't know who I'd single out because there's about 5 or 6 that just pop off the top of my head, and then if I think about it, then about 5 more pop in. And so I think we've got a great group of guys that love each other, that bond well on and off the field. And now we just got to find a way to execute. And so I know that doesn't answer your question. I kind of beat around it. But right now, I think they're all on the same page of what we got to do, where we got to go. And we control our destiny, and where we want to finish is up to us. And so we got to take care of business.
Jalen, do you want to answer a question? Do you got something to say?
You want to answer a question?
That's okay. That's all right. All right, Coach Crawford, thanks for joining us, and best of luck to you and to Chandler as well. Stick around. We'll have our next head coach. You'll know who it is in just a moment.